The NFL may be about to hold a secret July draft most fans forgot even existed, and the Cleveland Browns are suddenly linked to one of the most controversial quarterback prospects in football. Brendan Sorsby looked like a future star before a gambling investigation changed everything overnight. Now, Cleveland could gamble its future on him too. But what the Browns might be willing to sacrifice for Sorsby could completely divide the fanbase. The NFL may be heading toward one of the strangest offseasons in recent memory, because a draft most fans completely forgot existed could suddenly change the future of the Cleveland Browns. And at the center of it all is a quarterback surrounded by talent, controversy, and major unanswered questions. Brendan Sorsby was rising fast. Some analysts believed he had legitimate first-round potential in the 2027 NFL Draft. Big frame, mobility, strong arm, the kind of quarterback NFL teams quietly obsess over behind the scenes. But then everything changed almost overnight. Reports revealed Sorsby is under NCAA investigation tied to gambling activity, and now his college future is suddenly in doubt. That's where things get complicated for Cleveland. The Browns are reportedly doing serious homework on Sorsby ahead of a possible NFL supplemental draft in July, a rare event that hasn't truly mattered in years. But here's what makes this story even crazier. Cleveland has a long history of benefiting from supplemental draft chaos. Bernie Kosar, Josh Gordon, even Terrell Pryor. This franchise has taken big swings in this forgotten draft before. Now the Browns may be considering another gamble on a quarterback who could either become their future franchise star or their next massive controversy. And the deeper you look into why Sorsby may enter this draft, the more unbelievable the story becomes. Brendan Sorsby's rise happened faster than almost anyone expected. Just a short time ago, he was viewed as another developing college quarterback trying to prove himself. But after showing major flashes at Cincinnati and building momentum with his playmaking ability, scouts suddenly started paying much closer attention. Then came the transfer to Texas Tech, a move many analysts believed could launch him into true national spotlight territory. And the hype wasn't small. At 6'3", 230 pounds, Sorsby checks almost every box NFL teams look for in a modern quarterback. He's mobile enough to extend plays, strong enough to take hits, and athletic enough to create outside the pocket. His numbers also kept trending upward. After throwing 18 touchdowns earlier in his career, he followed it up with a breakout season featuring 27 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. That efficiency started turning heads fast. Some reports even suggested evaluators viewed him as a possible first-round talent in the loaded 2027 quarterback class. Not because he was perfect, but because of the upside. The physical tools were obvious, and teams believed there was still another level he hadn't reached yet. For a moment, it looked like Sorsby was building toward becoming one of college football's next big quarterback stars. But just as the hype around Sorsby exploded, everything suddenly took a dark turn. Just when Brendan Sorsby's football future was starting to look brighter than ever, everything suddenly changed with one report. According to multiple reports, Sorsby became the subject of an NCAA investigation connected to gambling activity involving thousands of bets allegedly placed through a betting app. Almost immediately, the conversation around him shifted from future NFL quarterback to major risk. And in today's sports world, gambling controversies hit differently. Over the last few years, both the NFL and NCAA have cracked down hard on betting violations, handing out suspensions and launching investigations that damaged careers overnight. That's why this situation instantly raised concerns across football circles. Reports also revealed that Sorsby entered a residential treatment program for gambling addiction, while his eligibility situation remained under review. Now, his entire college career may depend on what happens next. High-profile attorney Jeffrey Kessler has reportedly been working to help Sorsby regain eligibility, but time is running out fast. If the NCAA refuses to clear him, Sorsby could lose his path back to college football completely. And that's where the NFL supplemental draft suddenly becomes very real. Because if Sorsby can't return to the NCAA, entering the NFL may become his only option left. And the Browns may already be preparing for that exact scenario behind the scenes. The Browns' interest in Brendan Sorsby actually makes more sense than a lot of people want to admit. On the surface, targeting a quarterback under NCAA investigation sounds reckless. But once you look at Cleveland's current situation, the rumors suddenly become a lot more believable. The Browns still don't have long-term certainty at quarterback. Deshaun Watson's future remains surrounded by questions after injuries, inconsistency, and non-stop criticism. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders may have upside, but Cleveland only invested a 5th-round pick in him. That's not the kind of commitment that stops a franchise from continuing to search for another answer. And if the Browns believe Sorsby has higher upside than the quarterbacks already in the building, they're going to seriously consider taking that chance. Physically, Sorsby fits exactly what NFL teams covet right now. He's big, mobile, athletic, and still developing. Some scouts reportedly believe his ceiling is much higher than what fans have already seen on tape. That's the type of quarterback teams convince themselves they can develop into a star. And Cleveland has taken risks like this before. The Browns have a history of gambling on talent with question marks attached. Sometimes it works, sometimes it completely backfires. But this situation feels different because the risk here isn't just football. The real debate now is whether the Browns like Brendan Sorsby. It's how much they'd be willing to sacrifice to get him. The biggest problem with the Browns pursuing Brendan Sorsby isn't the talent, it's the price and everything attached to it. Because the moment Cleveland enters the supplemental draft conversation, they're no longer just evaluating a quarterback. They're deciding how much risk they're willing to absorb for a player carrying major uncertainty. And that's where Browns fans are completely divided. Some believe Sorsby's upside is worth the gamble, especially if Cleveland could land him for a third-round pick. A player once projected by some analysts as a possible first-round talent suddenly becoming available outside the normal draft process, that's exactly the kind of opportunity desperate franchises talk themselves into chasing. But others see warning signs everywhere. The gambling investigation alone changes the conversation dramatically. Even if Sorsby avoids major punishment now, fans are already questioning whether the distraction, pressure, and scrutiny could follow him into the NFL. And if the Browns spend a premium pick on him, the backlash could become immediate if anything goes wrong. Then there's the draft cost itself. Using a future first-round pick on a quarterback with this many questions feels incredibly dangerous, especially in a loaded future quarterback class. Cleveland has made risky bets before and not all of them ended well. Because if another team also believes in Sorsby's upside, the bidding could escalate fast. And one possible Browns quarterback scenario is already starting to worry fans even more than the gamble itself. What makes this entire story so fascinating is that it doesn't feel like a normal NFL quarterback situation at all. It feels like the Browns are standing at another franchise crossroads, one that could either completely reshape their future or drag them right back into the same cycle fans thought they finally escaped. Because this isn't just about Brendan Sorsby. It's about a forgotten NFL draft suddenly returning at the perfect moment. It's about a quarterback with undeniable talent whose football future may depend on one NCAA ruling. And it's about a Browns organization still searching for stability at the most important position in sports. If Sorsby regains eligibility, this entire situation could disappear overnight. But if the NCAA closes that door, the supplemental draft instantly becomes one of the biggest NFL stories of the summer, and Cleveland already feels connected to the center of it. That's why Browns fans are so split right now. Some see a rare opportunity to steal a future franchise quarterback before the rest of the league catches up. Others see another risky gamble involving controversy, pressure, and uncertainty. And honestly, both sides might have a point. Because if the Browns really decide to make a move for Brendan Sorsby in July, they won't just be drafting a quarterback, they'll be making one of the boldest bets of the entire NFL offseason. And what happens next could completely change the Browns' quarterback future for years.